Blunt. Huh? Oh yeah, invitation. Who would like to pray today? No one? Can you lead us in prayer, please?
Show firm mercy on the Father. Once again, Lord, we come to you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to come to someone, Lord, and really see it is, Lord. Continue, Lord, to guide and strengthen us, Lord. And everywhere we go, Lord, we're doing the business of the city, Lord. Continue to touch each and every one that are here, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We'll be calling on you every meeting, man.
All right.
Should have let us know that. Alderman Marquis Blunt. He's here. Alderman Rodriguez Brown.
Present.
Alderman Fred Esco.
Present.
Alderwoman Mon Gilkey. What did she say? Alderman Les Penn.
I'm here. Hey, I'm here.
Alderman Tim Taylor. Yeah, he's here. Alderman Lafayette Wells is here.
Present, yes, sir.
The mayor hereby calls for adoption of the agenda. Samantha.
So moved.
There's been a motion for adoption of the agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Brown eye.
Well,
Escobar.
well,
Here, night.
The agenda is hereby adopted. The mayor hereby calls for approval of the claims, contractual claims docket. Do we have a motion?
yes, that, yeah.
So what now?
They requested some items to see some items.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
They requested to see some items in today. This is for the
Okay.
building lumber company. That was for the building of the float.
Oh,
The bills on the floor?
The float, they requested the lumber for building.
Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon, the mayor hereby granting time for the review of the claims docket. Alderman Taylor.
I'm sorry, second.
The mayor hereby granting time for review of the claims docket.
Okay.
Review of the contractual claims docket.
So that's the city's float.
Yes, that's the city's rate. That's the city's trade.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't know.
As a review of the claims docket, by the Alderman, been satisfied?
This is the Delta that Harris, by Harris. It's two of them.
Is that the routine project anymore? Is that strictly back up?
It's out there, we can't get rid of it.
Right, I know you have so that calls for maintaining that.
Maintain it until we get everything. And this is Latham, this is for Parks and Rec and Police, it's their time clock.
It's not. So Parks and Rec, gotta do.
They have, that's their time clock. They have time, they've already have their time.
If when we go to trial, I think we gotta shoot at the same time.
I don't know if they've used title. Title is used here, I have to see if we can be, I'll see, I'll ask them to see.
Because they originally told us we could use trial throughout the city. When they did presentation some years ago.
Title's computer based. They just got his way of the wall. Title's gonna be computer based. There's no equipment to go on the wall.
Right.
So that means if you make it citywide, they're gonna be
Yeah, we find out about that. Okay, now, I'll motion that we accept the, claim construction lot.
I second
All in favor?
Wells, aye.
Tim Taylor, aye.
Brown, aye.
Gilbert, aye.
Dan, aye.
Esquire.
Motion carried.
Mayor, if I may interrupt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't want to, at this time, I'll have to excuse myself for about 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I'll be right back, okay? Okay, we still got a quorum, so I appreciate
Still
it.
got a quorum.
I apologize to y'all.
The mayor at this particular time will call for the adoption of item V1, not V1, item 6, I will ask, the municipal clerk to read each one of those items aloud.
Number 6,
Go ahead.
approves the request for proposal and notice of solicitation for purchase of 2 garbage trucks in the amount of $560,000 pursuant to Mississippi Code 17-2150. Details of the proposal. Number 7, consideration of resolution to take submissions, Auto Environmental Service, ODP Business Solutions, and Eastside Logistics under advisement for pre-qualification.
If I may.
That's for the clerks.
All of them.
Car.
Sir,
This is for the car.
yes, the car, garbage car.
The garbage cars. Authorize and approve resolution recognizing the City of Canton's Christmas parade as a City of Canton event. That resolution is also in the voters. Authorize and approve the non-disclosure agreement for Tim Brown and Russ. Number 10, approval to amend ordinance that was approved on August 6, 2024, and ratified on August 20, 2024, for renaming a portion of West North Street or Broad Street in honor of Reverend Dr. W. L. Johnson Sr. to Dr. W. L. Johnson Senior Drive. And number 11, authorize and approve resolution for Kansas, Mississippi appropriation for the Mississippi Legislature for $1,300,000 to fund a real-time crime center.
All right, before I ask for a motion, I have a couple of questions. Started item 7, Auto Environmental Services, ODP Business Solutions, and Eastside Logistics have all submitted their papers for pre-qualification.
Correct. And it's in your packets, right?
And it's in the package. And the Christmas parade, we'll decide how much we're contributing to the Christmas parade.
It's a city Christmas parade, so it's in the resolution, but we'll contribute in.
But we haven't decided on the amount.
There's a amount outside of the candy.
Well, it has to be an amount that would be. I don't think we're gonna have a parade without an amount that we,
What all you gonna have to purchase?
I don't know.
We should not purchase anything else besides candy.
Yes, the candidates.
And that's included to cover that foot that was already there.
Right.
Okay, so all of that's there.
Right.
And the last item is on number 11. The question is, well, is this $1.3 million for a crime center? Is this a feasibility study, or this pre-planning, this for a direct grant acquisition?
It's just for the center itself.
For the center itself?
Right.
Okay. I'll finish. Do we have a motion?
Are we going to lump sum, because we can't do the mission one in a lump, in a,
What you said?
You can't do the submission yourself.
Pre-qualification.
I think we have a pre-qualification, we got probably have to take that out and do it separately.
yeah, we have to do that separately, because we have one of them that is not, and it's a paper submission, sent in, and we have to open that way.
Okay.
Okay, well, we can do
All but seven.
all but,
Let's clarify that one.
He's not here.
we do all but 7. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion, Mayor, that we approve, item numbers 6, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I have unread Mayor.
I'm sorry, as in readiness for Alderman Wells.
Yes, sir. Mayor, on, item, number 6.
Item 6.
Yes, sir. Since we were talking about, what funds we had in ARPA, and we also know that we need a roof on the, multipurpose complex, I was trying to get a, exact number on what that quote was for the multipurpose and these, trucks, and, my proposal was then to, just use the ARPA funds, because if we don't, it will go back at the end of, December, was to, allocate those monies to repair the fix the roof at multipurpose and, outright purchase these 2 garbage trucks.
Okay. Does anyone else have a comment on that before I make a comment? No. I think the last, estimation that we got for repair of the multipurpose roof was $1.7 million, somewhere in that area. Is that right?
For the roof?
For the roof.
You just,
I-
I think 700.
No, what Anytime gave us, it was $1 million. It was over $1 million. When Anytime was here, there was 2 gentlemen made the presentation. Well, the reason I'm concerned about that $1 million is because I'm wondering if that's too much for us to pay for a roof. The question here is, we repair the roof, and then the question becomes, how much money can the multipurpose generate in remedying that cost? You're talking about 30 years. Someone smarter than I am can do the math. And so that is something for us to think about. If you go back and take a look at how much money the Department of Recreation has generated on an annualized basis anyway over the last 5 to 7 years, they're not generating their own budget. So they're not generating enough income to cover that roof. That's number one. Number two, I'm impressed that Anytime was too high. I'm not a roof expert, but I think that was too high. And people know that you are a city, and they're trying to rip you off. So that's number one. Number two is, I would like for us to consider the applicability of applying our opera money elsewhere for well-used projects. For an example, I think it would be in the best interest of all of us that we would take a serious look at getting the cost for the repair or the fixing up even the community center that can be used for our Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club are extraordinarily interested in using that community center. And I think that Dr. Anderson had been in conversation with Chris again, the construction guy Chris, about investing monies into the community center. So I think that the rehabilitation of the community center should be a part of the use of these ARPA funds. I think that it's going to be easier for us to finance these garbage trucks over a period of time, particularly with everything increasing. That would increase it. Ad valorem taxes, sales taxes. We're not going to just be standing still over the next 15, 20 years without generating income. So I think that if we financed it over a period of the next number of years, whether it's 10 years or 20 years, we still have on hand $1.5 million to do other things. And there are a lot of other things that we could do with this opera money. One, the revitalization and rehabilitation of the multi-purpose complex, we could do that, and resurrect the Boys and Girls Club. There might be money that we might want to invest toward the revitalization of downtown. How much that might cost, as we look at the facade in the front and the back, brick, pavering, red bricking those streets and having our cities to just look aesthetic. I'm not saying we want to do that, but it's something we can look at. You can also ask the board of supervisors to help us with the streets if we do a revitalization downtown. That's one of the things that Donna Yao is working on. And I'm just saying to this board, which has the final authority to make these decisions, that let us consider as to if we want to sink these two, what are we sinking, 560,000?
Right.
Garbage trucks?
Right, yes, sir.
And that leaves us with what?
You just construction probably, about 800,000.
Okay, now, so with the 800,000 that's left, are we talking about obligating the 800,000?
Yes, yeah, that's the whole thing, we need to go ahead and obligate it, because we have not applied for, financing of these garbage trucks, and as you know, that you got these holidays, coming up, and we're gonna have holidays in, December, and we don't know what, bank schedules are, and if we don't get this financing done in time, some of us gonna be knocking on doors about that trash, not being picked up, because we won't have the means to get it.
I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying is that we're not headed down the direction of the utilization of the entire 1.5.
Right.
We're just talking about 1.5.
Right.
Okay. What's left, Dr. Hans? I'm coming. Hold it just a second. Alderman Brown.
No, I was just gonna say, we need to be cautious of the December deadline with these monies, because, the end of December, most of this money has been contracted.
Oh, okay.
It can't be still
Sitting
sitting
there.
there. It has to be contracted out and already put to use before the end of December. We're not able to use it. So,
Well, let's do this. Let's obligate it.
That's what I'm saying, we're trying
Is it contractual obligated? Just obligate?
to obligate.
Does obligation mean we're gonna use $1 million left? We're gonna use $100,000 for A, for B, for C, for D? Ma'am?
Spent by 2026, obligated by 2026.
Spent, okay. Obligation, help me out with the definition
It has
of
to be
obligation.
obligated. It doesn't, as far as I read it, I don't see that it has to be contracted, it has to just be obligated. Obligated and allocated to something by the end of the year.
We're gonna obligate and allocate $250,000 on the community center, spread it across the minutes, do the resolution. I think that's what she was talking about.
And then I think I had sent, we had talked about this earlier, but there was like 500,000 that we supposedly had did to, Canton redevelopment. And I think we need to like get a list of everything that we were obligated.
Yes.
Yeah, so we see how much we have left.
Obligate some of that for his project and see where he is.
Cause
And
I
the
don't
way
think
you,
he's released the 500,000. I know he's released the whole 500,000.
I don't think so
What the
either.
status is, I don't know.
I think the way that Alderman Wells explained it makes sense. Since the money is already there, it's not coming from the general fund. But
But you
as
can't,
long as all of it,
we're not obligated by the end of the year.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have something left that we really need to obligate it
right. So I think we-
for, and we need to obligate it for something that is in the best interest of the people.
But we need the clerk to pull those numbers together for us, when we talk come back and meet again.
Okay.
We'll know what's what, and we say, then we'll do X, Y, Z.
All right, that's fair.
So as for now, the $500, we obligate $500 to the garbage.
Yeah,
I have a question.
that's not me.
That's not what this is asking.
Yeah, we need to add this to the agenda.
Yeah, that's not what this is asking. That's not what number 6 is asking for about art.
What did you say?
Explain what number 6 is
Okay,
asking.
I won't get to,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, number 6 is just noticing for proposals to finance two of the 3 garbage trucks.
Saying, solicitation.
That's, it's really not a solicitation, it's just for proposals. And I attached that to, and so it needs to be attached to the minutes as well, but it's just for the purchase of 2 garbage trucks out of the 3.
So,
There was 3 garbage trucks supposed to be purchased, that's what it.
does this mean that we're advertising for proposal and notice of solicitation for purchase?
That is a exact word.
That seems like we're asking somebody to buy them trucks for us.
No.
I know it's not.
Yeah, we're asking for, it's a promissory note, pursuant to statute, that's what we're asking.
I know, that's not what it says here. Yeah, I like that interpretation better. It says promissory note. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
How you want to work, attorney? Did somebody, can you get your phone, please?
That's who? That's all right, before, Taylor was back.
Okay, so you said, it's the way
The way I sent it out, I'm trying to find it on my email.
Yeah. Because the thing, because
SBC attached, because it's working at the top.
yeah, that's the way you said it.
Let me see.
should it be the issuance of a promissory note by the city?
Yeah, let me see.
That's the way it should be. The issuance of a promissory
It's
note.
intended to accept proposal for 2 side loaders at $560,000, and it is notice of City of Canyon's intent to accept proposals and issuance of a promissory note and a loan series 2024 in the amount of $560,000. That's how it's signed.
So you saying we taking a loan?
Yeah.
But what I mean, well, is.
I would love to say,
We gonna
take it
pay
out
for
from the office money.
That's what he,
Yeah,
Okay, so,
that's what we talked about yesterday, and I said, because the numbers gonna run out of time here somewhere, if we can secure one, that's fine. But that's,
it's up to y'all.
Well, look, both of y'all have great points.
yeah, but if you can't secure the time,
Well,
home, you don't know what to do.
yeah, and that's what he was saying, the short window that we have, we're trying to get a loan, instead of waiting a loan, we got the money in ARPA to pay for it.
but what's the collateralization for the loan? Is it the aqua money
No,
itself?
it's the good faith and credit, that's backed by the city.
It's good faith and credit of the city.
Yeah.
So
This
trust
is
bond,
look at statute 172151. Remember there was discussions about how much can we borrow under that and all that, et cetera, et cetera. So I listened to the memo saying, I'm comfortable with $560,000. Clerk hasn't verified that, but that's what I can gather. That's what I can gather.
Right.
My 1%, I'm not the clerk though, but that's what I gather. And that statute authorizes the city to issue a promissory note in that amount. You can't issue it for 3, you don't have that much lending capacity under that statute.
Right.
You don't have capacity for 2, not 3.
but somebody needs to give me the proper motion because this is not the proper motion.
I don't know how you wanna pay for it, they can finance it or they can do it like our.
I have a question.
Alderman, the chair recognizes Alderman Gilman.
Alderman Gifford, you can recognize.
Okay, thank you. My question was, I know we discussed last night paying for, and giving the receipts on the most purpose, and I heard what the mayor said about them not generating enough money to pay for it. But we still need to take in consideration that that building is the building of choice for many of our residents who are having events. And we're letting money slip out of our hands Jordan Park. People are taking their businesses to shore and close as opposed to Canton. At some point, we have to get that roof fixed out, because it's not going to make money at all. And I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Well, and I agree with her, and so the question goes back, Alderman Wells, whether or not to just, take this $500,000 out of the option fund, as I suggested. Either have the collateralization be the good rate for the city and borrow the money from Customar and pay them back over a period of years, which means that your option money will still be detached, something like about $1.5 million, I guess. So he can either collateralize it, or you still have your option money, we can take forward $550,000 from the option money
Right.
and pay this thing. So the board is gonna have to make that decision.
Y'all want to ponder on that?
And that's fine, no, that
Okay,
take
let's
too long.
later, because we should like, okay.
Yeah, let's move on. We're talking about, is it okay, Alderman Wells, to get this other stuff out of the way?
I'll take 6 and 7 out right now and do the rest of it. We'll get to that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Because we have to take care of 7 separately, anyway.
Check 6 and 7 out.
Right.
Okay, is that the motion?
Yeah, I'll remove the original motion.
Okay.
And, my motion now is to approve item 8, 9, 10, 11.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Well,
Esquire.
Brown
From Taylor, name.
And,
Motion carried.
yeah.
Oh,
If it was
6-1.
6-1.
6-1? Motion carried. The mayor calls for the approval of the consent agenda.
No, he got 7 and 8 now.
You got 12 and 13.
You're not 7, you got
7.
Yeah, you got,
You got 7.
yeah, we got 6.
Number 7.
Got 7.
But you may want to go ahead and do
11,
I thought you were
12, 12, 13.
I didn't do 12, 13. I didn't.
Yeah, we called for a motion on 12 and 13 now. Can you read the motion? Not the motion, but the item, Dr. Adams.
Number 12 says authorize and approve Octagon LLC lobbying service contract effective November 20, 2024 through November 20, 2025. Number 13 says authorize and approve 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. workday for Wednesday, November 27, 2024 for city employees.
Is that it?
Can I add one thing there?
Hold on just a second. You just made the 2 items, right?
Correct.
Okay, attorney, thank you.
I was just saying for number 12, I know I seem like I stressed the C attached. All the contracts, resolutions, et cetera, need to reference like the attachment on there, because there was a recent case law that we discussed with y'all in the executive session. It talks about strictly having things in the minutes and the attachments. So I think, for 12, it needs to say C attached. And for number 13, I'm assuming that's for considering that day as a holiday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So we've been advised that item 12 should have C attached.
Remember that this is a minute.
And
I can't deal with the
what attorney raised?
I would say number 12 should say, see, it should be references included in the minutes of the actual contract, the resolutions, et cetera, because there's a recent Supreme Court case that I'm gonna talk about with y'all in executive session that stresses the emphasis of putting those things in the minutes, the minute rule.
You said we need to add C attached to number 12.
And all resolutions and all attachments need to reference that they're in those minutes.
Okay.
Well,
Who said that? Well,
yes, sir, Mayor, I think we need to, vote on 12 and 13 separately.
All right, let's do that. Give me a separate motion.
Just make a
Oh,
motion.
yeah, I motion that we, vote on items 12 and 13 separately. Not a bundle.
On item 12 should read out.
I just don't want them to together, I have some questions.
No, what I'm saying is that they're gonna be separated.
Yeah, oh, it says authorize and approve Oxygen, Group LLC lobby and service contract effective November 2024 through November 2025. See attached, you said?
That's it.
Yeah, see attached contract.
See attached
Get
contract.
a tax contract.
Yeah, that's-
So we have a motion, I need a second.
I second.
All in favor?
Oh, man, that was my motion.
That was your motion.
No, that was my motion to separate those two. That was my motion on this item.
Oh, the motion is, don't we have a vote?
I don't remember, I think you made the motion that to separate.
That is a motion. Separate.
It's already separated.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I said.
Then you must still agree.
I got under readiness.
Okay. Well,
Twenty.
Number 20.
Make a motion.
I motion.
Oh, well, we make a motion.
He said,
Yeah, okay.
There was a sidebar, a rare sidebar.
Okay.
What was the motion, Alderman Williams?
It was to authorize and approve Oxygen Group, LLC lobby and service contract effective November 20th, 2024 through November 20th, 2025, see attached contract. I motion, let's go, second, I have an unread.
Okay, what are you doing, sir?
You was good over today?
No.
My question was, in this contract, it says, the Octagon Group shall be reimbursed for extraordinary expenses incurred if such expenses are pre-approved by the council, by the city of Canton. I wanted an example, and he also said that we would be responsible for the annual lobbying fee. And it's a 12-month contract. You know, we had some issues last time, talking about a 12-month contract, and you know what, times the state, the House and Senate, the state Mississippi meet. So, are we gonna amend that, or are we gonna go with it as is?
I think we need to have him before us, even if it's a special meeting, to ask questions about your concern.
so, table.
Yeah, I think so. We can have a special meeting.
Well, you know, we have a project, we just voted on a project, authorizing, item number 11 for them to, move forward with a real-time crime, center. And that's part of one of his items that he wanted to push forward.
Well, I understand that, that's for him to move forward with $1.2 million crime center, whatever that involves. But the specifics of the contract
Right.
that you're talking about need to be answered.
Right.
And he's not here today.
Those are my concerns about it.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes.
So what indifferent from the last contract is not in this particular contract?
We didn't read it.
Yeah, I read it, and I don't see much of a difference. Some of the verbiage may be a little bit different, maybe a conjunction or two. But the one thing that I do notice, when we get to the point of some type of motivation in the city, I think we need to keep pushing with it. And that motivation will lead us to some type of consistency.
Right.
And that's what the city has not stood upon for a number of years at this particular point. We saw the presentation last night, and I think the presentation somewhat gave us a sense of encouragement. And I know the chief was, and I talked to him personally as to what he thought about going into, as we go forward to the 21st century with the new technology. And one thing in particular that was in the subject matter was the, and I may be pronouncing it wrong, shooter start, Yeah, so, and in the event that a gunshot goes off,
Yeah.
this technology to detect where these gunshots are, we need that very bad.
Yes.
With all the things that are going on in the city. So again, there is some motivation going forward. There is room for improvement. I said that to Mr. McHugh. But if we got a little bit of motivation going, maybe we can get to a place of consistency, and hopefully some of these things will be turned around. I don't know, but I think it's worth taking a chance now that we're getting people at the table. People are interested in the city of Canton legitimately. And again, I'll go back to what I stated last night. Contrary to what the popular thoughts are, we do read this stuff and we know what's going on. The experts come in and give us their opinion on it, and none of us at this table are afforded the expertise. The only expert in the room when it comes to law enforcement is Chief Arthur Brown, and we need to confer with him when we have people coming in, other than just letting people come to the podium and talk, and not include him in the conversation. So again, that is the motivation. We need to stick with the motivation, and maybe that motivation will get us to a place of consistency. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, you may.
Mayor, I don't think we ought to table anything, but my issue is the same issue I had last year.
Right.
A 12-month contract for the amount of, time that's being spent. Who contacts the legislature when they're not, a legislator when they're not in session?
No.
No one. Because they're doing something else.
Right.
So, personally, I think we ought to look at something at the time or cost.
Well, let me ask you this. Help me out here. I'm trying to understand specifically what is it about this contract that you're concerned about, because it could very well be a significant legal issue. It may not be a legal issue.
It's a slight difference in language with the reimbursement fees. The old contract provides for the Octagon Group shall incur all normal and necessary expenses associated with lobbying as part of its annual fee. All routine and out-of-pocket expenses will not be reimbursed by the city of Canton.
Right.
In the event the city of Canton will be expected to reimburse any fees and other expenses that are not included in the compensation already not included in this agreement, said reimbursement and payment of fees shall first be approved by the payment authority of the city of Canton in the form of an addendum to this contract for lobbying services. So that's what the old contract language provides for reimbursement of fees.
Right.
This one is slightly different.
Not much of a change.
No, not much bad.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing, I said last year.
Yeah.
A 12-year contract for 6 months worth of work, segment.
And I agree with you.
That's not even-
There's some dead time in there that should be accounted for.
Right.
And I think we can get it before us and say that. I think we got a couple of things going for us. Right now, we don't see fruits of the labor.
You know that one. Okay. Who's the paper till we done?
Who? Oh, yeah, okay. So we can wait.
Yeah, we're not doing anything till we done.
Okay.
Yeah, we just moved to that.
Yeah.
Let's go to 13. Do we have a motion? Let's try to look at this yesterday.
We did. We had a debate
Why
yesterday.
keep looking at it again today?
I'm not looking at it.
I'm asking for a motion. You put my little minute thing up here. That Fred and I got.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Roman number 13 in its entirety as documented.
Do we have a second?
I say.
Do we have all in favor? Here we go.
Blind.
Tim Taylor, aye.
Wells, man.
Here today.
That's funny.
10-9.
That's 4 names. I don't think we have any more votes, do we?
He stepped down.
There you go.
Huh?
Alderman Brown stepped down.
Even if he voted 8, the motion was still stay. Motion failed. The mayor calls for.
Mayor Truly, if I may,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to go on the record, if I may, concerning Roman number 13. There are so many, if I may,
Yes, sir.
there are so many times in the workplace that people say that they appreciate their essential workers. All the time you can't pay them and give them what they need. Every now and then when the holidays come up, especially the holidays like being thankful for something, and when we go into the Christmas holidays, a lot of times when lawyers sue people, they say an apology is great, but you apologize with your pocketbook. In the workplace, you show your sympathy and empathy based on what people have done all through the year. This is the season of giving. Giving 4 hours of an extra day doesn't hurt this city, because we've shut down for less occasions than this. And none of my colleagues have voted against it. If it clouds up outside, people get the whole day off. If it looks like it's going to be rain in the forecast, we give them that. Now we're down to a place of being thankful. And I know that people are trying to do last minute things, shop and do whatever else. I just believe, to some degree, we ought to show some empathy based on that. And this truly carries over that we appreciate what's going forward, instead of acting like we don't care and we don't have family. Because most of us will have family members coming in, and we want to get all the time that we can possibly give them. Thank you, Mayor.
I want to take it back before I call for a vote on that of all Taylor. I think that Christmas, not Christmas, but New Year's is Thanksgiving, isn't it? Thanksgiving only comes once a year.
Yes.
And there are so many of our employees who are exuberant and excited about New Year's. And of course, they were looking for a half day off. And of course, I can understand that. So if it's the pleasure of the board that a half day off cannot be given, then the question becomes, is there an alternative for that Wednesday? Meaning, can staff leave at 2 o'clock with someone being left in each department? And so something to transfuse and energize the morale surrounding that time. And so that's my piggyback on it. So we have to vote. You are not here. Alderman Brown. So the vote was what? 4-2. Okay. With that said, then I got no response. With that said,
I can give you my take on it.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I have no problem with, giving staff additional time, but we get quite a few holidays, already, and I mean, most places, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, everybody works all day. And in terms of the inclement weather, all of those days that it looked like it was cloudy or somebody said it was gonna rain, you exercise executive power and shut it down. We didn't have anything to do with it. We could have came back after the fact, but who wants to take somebody's day after the fact? So when you use executive power, employees are going home. If we come back after that, you know, it's useless at that point. But to say, or to seem like that we're not thankful for our employees. Yeah, I appreciate all the work that they do, but my take is that some of our citizens are off that afternoon and we're closed. They may want to come do business with us, and they can't do business, then we're closed too. 9 times out of 10, when you ask most people around here, hopefully we get better. about doing anything extra, they always say, that's not my job. I'm all for giving days, but speaking of morale, I mean, you run day to day, but we definitely need to have some more team, there's more, team players, on regular work days as opposed to getting off, early for a holiday. Some people just thankful to have a job. There's somebody that'll work Thursday and Friday because they have a job, and you know, like I said, I don't mind compensating, but it goes both ways.
May I follow up?
Just a moment.
Mr. Dominic?
What you say?
Yes, you may.
Who's first? Alderman Hill?
Sir, we appreciate the work.
I was next.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Every department, they have something that they could be doing on the day for the provider coming in. We have critical work that should be done, but lacking. And I just want to make sure, we do appreciate them.
I'm sorry, Alderman
We
Hill.
good, we good. You know, one thing my colleague across from me said that we do appreciate our employees. At special times of the year, prove it, show it, acknowledge it. Because we've asked a lot throughout the year. And with asking so much, yeah, everybody doesn't get up to the threshold, no doubt. But you're gonna make the good suffer with the bad? That shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be. A lot of great things have happened this year in particular. We've taken out care of our fire and police departments. We've gotten vehicles that they so badly needed.
Right.
We've gotten equipment for the fire department that they so badly needed. And we've heard the cries of the chief of police and the fire chief as to what they need, and we've been boneheaded to some degree. We've drug our feet on getting proper people in the city to accommodate the needs of the police department. So, and I understand the labor laws, but every now and then we should act like servant leaders instead of Ebenezer Scrooge. And I'm not, all I'm doing is advocating for the people. And that's what Morgan says, he's for the people. And if we're for the people, 4 hours is not going to make a difference. I guarantee you that. But I do respect, because Alderman Williams and I've had these discussions.
That's right.
Yeah, we've been back and forth. So there's no meanness in it. There's nothing personal about it. I'm just advocating for the people, and I'd like to see them go into this holiday season being somewhat joyful, not happy, because happiness is due to what's happening right now, but joyful as we go forward. And so be it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Are there, any other responses to item, 13? I would like to say that the board has spoken, clear as the relevance to this matter. The mayor will entertain a motion as it relates to the consent. Do you need to read the consent?
No, we got it.
They have it. They said they have it.
Now, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the consent agenda in its entirety as it's documented.
Do we have a second?
A second one on readiness.
Second with an unreadness. Please say the unreadness.
Mayor, item 16, it says authorize and approve dates in 2025, the city of Canton will recognize as holidays. Do you have that listed? Okay.
Do we have the calendar?
Oh, and what's this here? Here's mine. Oh, okay,
Right there, on your agenda, the step on your agenda, it's in that step right
Is it there? Let's see, how many days do we have?
there. It's more than 10.
Read those days are the ones video dates so they can hear, because some of them don't have these dates in mind.
What is the issue here? Man,
I guess,
It's more than 10.
Yeah, it's going to the,
how many days out there? How many days out there?
New Year's Day, January 1st, 2025, Dr. Martin Luther King Day, January 20th, 2025, President's Day, February 17th, Good Friday, April 18th, Memorial Day, May 26th, June 19th, Independence Day, July 4th, Labor Day, September 1st, Veterans Day, November 11th, Thanksgiving, November 27th to 28th, and Christmas, half day on December 24th, and December 25th and 26th. This calendar is similar to the one that was, well, it is the one that was approved last year, just change the date. This year.
I think they should get off Good Friday from last year.
No, ma'am.
Friday.
We're not here for Good Friday this year.
Discussion about Good Friday versus,
So is
It been a
the,
discussion, but that's what was approved. We didn't work on Good Friday.
Memorial Day is on the 26th. By the way, y'all,
I thought we voted,
Y'all get
the Friday out.
No, what was taken out was President's Day.
right.
Good Friday was not taken out. President's Day was
So
taken out.
it's the President's Day back in and Good Friday.
Good Friday was on there. President's Day was removed for 2024.
Okay, so it's back on the list for 2025.
Yes, that's what was
And
given
that
to
was
me.
removed. Yeah.
let me ask you a question. So, is there a statutory, date for the number of holidays? How many days is it?
I think it's 10, I pull it up.
10.
The governor normally does executive.
10 holidays.
The governor normally does executive orders, so the city normally is more than 10 days anyway.
Right, it says, okay.
But the statute, I believe, is 10, I'm pulling the statute now.
All right.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
in the
Just
class,
a minute, you all,
In the class-
Dr. Addison has a point.
in the classes, there are 10, but for those that are, as Attorney Banks said, that the governor gives, that's not included in the 10. So those are like, we receive the proclamations from the governor for, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Those are not included in the 10. Those, because those are given, and those federal holidays are also federal holidays that, if I'm not mistaken, we don't debate because they're federal holidays that are,
Already established.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Are all of those days federal holidays?
For example, the Independence Day is a federal holiday.
I know that's a federal
Martin Luther King is a federal holiday, so
That's
those
true.
are,
New Year's federal holiday. Christmas. So we've never been punished for our holiday schedule by the state.
No, because it normally kind of ends up working out in the wash anyway, because the governor does those proclamations. So it kind of
Yeah.
works out in the wash. The statute says 10, but they just kind of,
They kind of do those.
they kind of work out with the governor's proclamations, but you normally get more than 10 anyway.
Right.
So I think last year, the issue was brought up, and you all strictly adhere to the 10 holiday. That's what I remember. I could be wrong.
Okay.
we did.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I just need somebody to tell me that we're going for the same day last year. What? That might make up for that half day win for Thanksgiving. Look, these my little active about these, so I can tell them. Look like they're gonna be all well.
What is that?
These are my little 1 minute.
I didn't see this, I honestly didn't see this yesterday on the agenda we can
I
discuss it,
didn't
so
either.
I didn't pull the statute or anything, so I don't have the statute right on my fingertips, so my apologies, I'm sorry.
So look, this is gonna be debatable, so.
Let's remove them to the next minute.
And we come back, I either special call meeting.
Yeah, let's remove it.
Alright, make a motion to remove it from the consent agenda.
Now, motion that we remove item 16 from the consent agenda.
Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
12 ayes.
Tim Taylor, aye.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Motion carried.
Yeah.
Motion carried. And now the mayor will call for approval of the consent agenda.
You have a motion in second.
We have a motion second,
Uh-huh.
except for,
The one we just removed.
Right,
Well, yes, we
item
do.
7, right.
alright, all in favor?
Brown eye.
Tim Taylor, aye.
12 ayes.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motion carried. Consent agenda hereby approved. The mayor hereby calls for, a motion to go to the executive session.
Mr. Garrett
Can we
Pearson,
ever do
Say
seven?
that, somebody.
yeah, Mr. Garrett Pearson, we can do that. Mr. Garrett, the submissions,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but, yeah, I think that's him going on. Okay.
Waiting on another Garrett. The last time I saw
Garrett.
Hourglass was the last time I watched the Days of Our Lives. That goes to say how old I am. And I used to love the Days of Our Lives.
Like that, do you give, Alderman Taylor's hourglass? It's actually a minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, don't say how to take that.
Alderman,
It's a minute there.
and you're free.
So, in essence, the bill's trying to say that I talk too much, so.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's trying to say that I talk too much.
Yeah. We got to go to the,
But even when he said that, I'm an advocate for freedom of speech.
Time's up, Maker.
What's up, Mr. Boy? He's trying to see how.
Yes, ma'am.
Testament, you gotta know about that. I'm supposed to say, begin, I want you to get out.
What's he say?
Give that over around.
Oh, okay.
Give all around the house.
Oh, yes. Boy.
Give,
We got the option now.
yeah. And I got
Number 7, now, I mean,
Boy.
that's 7.
Alright, we ready.
All right, got a minute.
Got a minute?
You say number 7.
6.
Six.
so seven.
7. 7, we're gonna talk about.
Okay. Well, what you have before you is the, resolution concerning the purchase of 2 garbage trucks, for the, sanitation department. We put a bid out for 3, but, I think through our, determination of the indebtedness and not wanting to put the city at a burden, this would be the amount of 2 of those trucks, the 30 trucks are ready to be delivered, but the 30
No,
truck.
I'm sorry, we're on number 7.
We're on number
Number
7.
7, I'm sorry.
Okay,
The 7 is a consideration of resolution conditions from Iowa Environmental Service, ODP, and Eastside Logistics under Rockland. You have the one, you have the ODP, the ODP.
right here.
Yeah.
So this is, we put in the, request for proposal for solicitation of, the qualification, and we had 3, 2 by central bidding, from central bidding, by way of internet, and we had 1, that was mailed into the clerk's office. It is a sealed, envelope. We need to open this thing.
Yep.
You got one.
No, I don't have one. I don't have no weapon.
Hey, came from 2 months. That's all right.
You open it. We'll see you.
Y'all got me mad. They would like to, just quote, for the city of Canton, OGP bid solution. We would like to quote on your bid for 3,500 95-gallon containers that are Rubbermaid brand. Thank you, Mike Johnson, OGP bid solution.
What is it, 95?
3,500 of them,
Oh,
3,500
What's it called?
containers.
What was his bid?
No,
It's not, it's
Oh.
just a pre-qualification.
Okay,
Pre-qualification.
okay.
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 I need to ask you a question while you're here, though, as it relates to the garbage trucks, like 2 of them. And so the idea here, helping me understand, is that we made a decision. Did we make a decision to use the ARPA money on these trucks?
We didn't actually vote on it.
Yeah,
We didn't vote on it.
right.
Okay, and I asked that question because the question is whether or not these trucks have to go through reverse bidding.
This is the cards.
cars.
These are
No,
the
no,
cards.
no, he asked about the truck.
Trucks.
All right, that part.
And I'm asking the question, is it that the trucks have to go through reverse bidding?
They did go through reverse auction.
They did go through
Yes, they
reverse
did go through
auction.
the reverse auction process. Trust me.
The trucks did.
And so now but the cars also going through reverse auction too.
Okay. Well, you didn't, that answers my question.
The other company was, Otto.
Okay, y'all see that. And East Side Logistics.
Yes,
Yeah, East Side Logistics.
and Eastside Logistics.
Oh, any other questions of Mr. Garrett?
No.
No. Thank you so very much, sir. With that said, the mayor now has a motion to go into executive session.
Instead of including the resolution.
Yeah, we gotta approve it,
Take
right?
under
Yeah.
submission under advisement.
Number 6.
Oh,
It's a resolution.
that's a motion.
He opened it because one was submitted via paper, and so he has to open up the paper in public. The other 2 were submitted via certificate online, so we submitted all of those, we had to open that one via paper.
And so the vote should be what now?
It's a resolution to take it under, by the county submissions under.
Oh, okay.
Pre-qualification in response to reverse auction for 3,500 95-gallon roll-up carts.
Okay, the word reverse auction is not on here, it's all in as well. So
It's on the resolution.
it's on the resolution, you said.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Need a motion? We have a motion that, we, accept item number 7 is read and written, for the, 3,500 containers, which are 95-gallon containers.
does he need to say as well as the attached resolution?
Yeah, it is.
You need to say
As well as the attached resolution.
Give me a second.
Well, I can make it, go ahead.
And I just want to add that, take them under advisement.
Okay.
That was what I was,
Take it on the advice.
the submission under advisement.
Okay.
May I like to second the motion as advised by both aldermen, as stated in document.
All in favor?
That's why.
Tim Taylor.
Well,
Yes,
Motion carried. The mayor will now entertain a motion to go into executive. Sir, go into executive session.
No,
Number
you gotta
6.
do number 6.
Item 6.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, motion in a second, all on the floor.
So are we gonna pay for them outright, or we
I
gonna?
thought y'all were thinking about that. Y'all ready doing it now?
Y'all trying to do it now?
Well, we
I'm saying, what do you wanna do? I mean,
I think, we can pursue the finance, but my thought would be to go ahead and just outright purchase them.
yeah. Because like I said,
That window,
yeah, it's small, and then, landfill, I mean, they generate money.
right,
So you don't wanna put them behind what they have going.
because paperwork can sit on somebody's desk and get overlooked and then we,
And we know we try to do two things at once also, because you don't wanna extend the contract,
with, right,
there's more money spent.
right.
Can y'all indulge me for, about 20 minutes to look at the procurement requirements?
Okay.
beginning under, cause we've already submitted the garbage trucks out for bid under the reverse auction.
Okay.
So let me Google one thing I'm looking at under ARPA SLFRF and make sure it's no
We can come back.
procurement requirement.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come back with it and come back in the open session.
Exactly, so let's back up.
Right.
All right, y'all give me a motion to go into executive session.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Blunder, in favor.
That's the one.
Well done.
Right.
And I'll be there in about 10 minutes.
Any other ayes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Motion carried. We're now in executive session.